Okay, so I am making not the Pop-Tarts, like the filling, but the dough for the Pop-Tarts, because it is essentially the same as pie dough, but I want the dough in my freezer so that I can pull it out, thaw it, and use it for some like sweet pies. I might use it for Pop-Tarts, but I definitely want to use the dough for like pies, like pumpkin pies or something, or peach pies or something like that. So 1 cup and 1 teaspoon flour, 8 tablespoons of butter, grated, so I need to pull out my grater, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, half a cup of sourdough starter, discard, 1 teaspoon of vinegar, and an egg. That is for the top, so I'm not actually going to need the egg today because I'm not baking the pie dough today. I'm putting it in the freezer. And so here is the instructions.
Oh, I'm hungry.
So I will, I guess I'll make it. But I'm doubling this recipe, so all of this is getting doubled. I've already got my flour in the bowl, so we're going to move from there. Okay, and now I have 1 teaspoon of salt and 4 tablespoons of sugar with my 2 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons. So we're just going to mix this all up. I've already grated the butter, but I put it back in the fridge so I'm ready to use it just because I don't want it to start getting too soft and melty. Okay, now that that's all mixed up, we need to add our butter with a butter pastry cutter thing. Let me see if I can find mine. Okay, and that is 2 sticks of butter grated. Let me get the rest off there. And then I'm gonna use my pastry cutter to cut it into the flour. Okay, then we're just gonna use our pastry cutter to cut it in and get it all nice and mixed in. I'm going to probably do this for like another 30 seconds. Make sure it's all combined, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I've added 2 teaspoons of vinegar, and I'm gonna add a cup of my discard in and get it mixed up. Okay, now I've got 1 cup of sourdough mixed in, and I'm just gonna start mixing this dough. I'll probably use my hand here in a minute. We'll see. And if it is too dry, then you can always add 1 teaspoon of cold water at a time until it's not overly dry. Sorry, mixing with one hand is kind of hard. Okay, so you can chill this up to 1 hour or up to 24. I am freezing mine, so I'm splitting mine in half. I'm gonna make 2 pucks, wrap them well in saran wrap, and then in parchment paper, label them, and then get them 1 more round of saran wrap, and then get them in a Ziploc bag into the freezer. So these are plain. I can use these for sweet pie doughs or savory. I'm going to replicate this recipe, another double batch, and this one I'm 100% gonna add like maybe sage or something like that, like more savory, to make a savory pie for like a beef pot pie topping or chicken pot pie or something like that. I'm actually going to call my husband and see if he thinks that's a good idea. I might wait on doing that until I have extra pot pie filling to make the pot pies outright. I'll see what he says, but I do think I'm going to make another batch of this pie dough. It is really nice, and it's sourdough, so I absolutely love that. And there they go, wrapped up for the freezer. So I have them labeled. I did write 25 to 30 minutes if I'm doing Pop-Tarts, 30 to 45 for pies, because most of these pies, if I use homemade pie dough and I'm making the pie, the filling's already cooked, so it just needs time to cook the topping. The topping, or the pie will obviously be bigger than the Pop-Tart size, so I'm just gonna add a few minutes to that. I can check it and adjust, but this is just what I'm writing on here. And this is my plain sourdough. So I'm excited to put yet another thing into my freezer to help make my life easier down the road.
Don't forget to check my description box for all my links.